Hi everybody, this is Keith McGivney. I'll be your child's math teacher for the 2020-2021 school year. I'm looking forward to a really exciting year. I just wanted to kind of tell you a little bit about myself, tell you a little bit about my class, and kind of fill you in on what we're going to expect this year. So general information about myself. My name is Keith McGivney. I am born on March 14th, which is Pi Day, not a joke. I'm from Belmore, New York, but currently live in Fairfield, Connecticut. I went to Belmore JFK High School, and upon graduation, my favorite thing in the world, the only thing that I cared about was lacrosse. So I went to Muhlenberg College because they told me I could come, I could play lacrosse, I had the best time ever. I went to Muhlenberg College, I spent 1 year there and realized the school was just a little bit too small for me. After 1 year at Muhlenberg, I transferred to Towson, where I wrapped up a degree in finance. I graduated Towson with my finance degree. I had a few internships. I wasn't quite sure if it was for me. I was young at the time, and I said I might as well, try something else out, and I always had my finance degree to fall back on. So after finishing up at Towson, I went to Hofstra. While at Hofstra, I student taught, took all my education classes. I loved every second of it. I wrapped up at Hofstra, and I knew I wanted to be a teacher. I was willing to go anywhere. So I went up and applied to a school in New Haven. I interviewed on like a Tuesday, got told I had the job on Thursday, and probably moved up the next Monday. It was that quick. But I went up to New Haven. I spent 1 year there. After 1 year at the Truman School in New Haven, which was a K-8 school, I came to Darien High School, where I've been for 10 years. I've been here for 10 years. I've taught geometry, I've taught Algebra 2 300, Algebra 2 400, Pre-Calc 400. I've taught a wide array of classes. While here, I've also gotten a second master's from Quinnipiac University in administration. So I jokingly tell this to the kids, but this is the truth. I am the most efficient college applicant of all time. I applied to 4 schools, and I got into all 4 schools, and I attended all 4 schools. So that is why I'm the most efficient applicant of all time. Now I live up in Fairfield, my wife and my 2 kids. I have a son named Finley. I have a daughter named Tegan. So why am I a teacher? Why did I become a teacher? So I said at first I was a finance major and I switched. Well, the first reason is I like helping people. I never felt that I was getting much satisfaction out of helping people, and I had my finance internships. The satisfaction I get from helping a student, perform better, get grades that they're proud of, that's what makes this job great. You have a student that has a C average, they meet with you, you work with them, you get them ready, you build them up, and all of a sudden they're starting to get A's and B's and they're feeling great about themselves. That's why I like being a teacher. The second reason I'm a teacher is I love math. I am a math nerd. I am the guy that I'll be sitting there looking at the mega bottle of apple juice compared to the smaller bottle of apple juice. I'll be taking out my calculator, figuring out how much it costs per serving of apple juice. The Mott's is not going to win any money from me. I'm going to make sure that I beat them. And the last reason I became a teacher is I loved my time in high school. I had a great time in high school, enjoyed being in high school, and I hope that me being a part of this high school makes students have a better experience. So what do I expect from my students? We got to come prepared to work hard every day. We got to complete all class and homework to help master our classroom topics. While in class, we got to ask questions. I really want people to be involved, whether you're asking questions to me, the other students in class. If you're not sure about something, make the effort to get clarification. I want my students to challenge themselves. I want, strive for better grades, push yourself. And lastly but not least, we want greatness. Try to find greatness in yourself. Try to do something that makes you so proud of yourself that you can't stop smiling. So how can I help my child succeed? Attendance. Every day is important, especially this year. This year now, with the meet every other day, we're covering more stuff per class, so missing a class is a little bit tougher. Now, when you miss class, because obviously I know things happen, a student should find a reliable classmate to share notes. Right, so if they have a friend they want to reach out to, the friend can send them the work, send them the notes, keep them involved. I will always try my best to post all the notes keys on Google Classroom and all the homework keys on Google Classroom. But if there's anything that's not posted, students are always free to reach out to me. I have everything on my laptop, everything on my iPad. I'm really good at getting things out as fast as possible. Right? So like I said, reliable friend, email me, Google Classroom. That's the way to make sure that when we're absent, we're still on top of the material. You can always contact me through school email and school phone. Easiest way to get in contact with me is through my email. I'm not really by my phone very often, so if you really want to talk to me, send me an email and we can set up a time to talk. I always have Aspen, up to date. Grades would go in as fast as possible, but I make sure that I let the students know their grade before I post it. And last but not least, Google Classroom. I update that every day and making sure it's up to date so that there's no surprises for students. Homework. Reinforce the class topics and grade is based on attempt, not mastery. I'm trying to find a happy medium with appropriate amount of homework to give this year with the day off between classes. I'm not looking to, give students double homework every day because we did more in one class than we usually did compared to last year. So I'm trying to find a happy medium there. But my homework grades are based strictly on attempt. Right, every day I check homework. I want to see that you're trying. I've never in 10 years collected the homework and graded it based on how well it's done, unless that was something that I pre-told the students would happen. So every day I walk around, I want to see that it's done. If you tried it, that's all you got to do. Study, review your notes, practice examples, work on review sheets, Google problems if you're looking for extra work to do. Google problems and answer keys, find, material to work on to help get yourself ready for class. Now, I'll always give out review sheets. I'll always give out plenty of stuff, so I'm not necessarily saying you have to Google things, but that's other options if you've done all the review sheets I've given. Extra help, I'm here in the morning, so you're always free to stop by 7 to 7:30. Every day after school, you can reach out to me. I would say with that, please, have your child email me. Things happen. I have to pick my kids up at daycare. So some days I gotta leave a little bit earlier. So I hope we can set up a time. And during school, period 3, 4, and 6, I'm always free. So how my classes run? In general, I try and stick to the schedule, but things change, right? So I try and have some sort of do now, refresh previous day topics, or make connections. I'll always check the homework. I'll never just give out homework and just have it as busy work. I check it over and make sure students feel good. I take all questions that we have on it. Throughout the class, presentations, discussions, practice, partner group work, real life examples. So obviously partner group work might be a little strange this year, but I'm hoping we can find a way to work that. And the last thing, real life examples. It's important to have an understanding as to why we're learning things. If I can put some reason as to why we're learning something out there, I'll do it. We're not just going to learn something for the sake of learning it. We're learning it because it relates to this. This is why it benefits us. Grades, tests up to 100 points, quizzes up to 75 points, homework grade, 25 points for an honors class, 50 points for a 300 class, attendance 25 points. Now attendance is another nice grade. Every time you're late, a point comes off your attendance grade. If you cut class, you lose 8 points off that grade. So really, if you're doing your homework and you're showing up on time, you're going to have a nice little boost in your average with that grade. Projects, if we have any, they'll vary. Bonus opportunities occur, and grades may be modified due to effort, attitude, and class participation. What does that mean? I call it the dreaded 89.4. You got the 89.4. You wish you had the 89.5. If you're doing the right thing in class, you're coming, you're participating, you're asking questions, you're answering questions, you make class better, I'm just going to give you the A-. I'll never lower someone's grade based on their effort, attitude, and class participation, but I will always be willing to talk to you and have a discussion about working things up when you're doing the right things.